everybody, Scott here. Well, it's that time of year when a lot of people are doing yard work, and it's no exception at my house, although I'm pretty confident that nobody would ever call me a green thumb. About the only thing I can grow are dandelions. I hate dandelions. They're a nuisance. They seem to pop up overnight by the hundreds. And then what makes matters worse is when you go to pull one out by the root, the stem is so brittle, it breaks off in your hand, and the root remains. And I'm told that dandelion weed roots go down as far as 2 feet. They're very, very durable as weeds go. In fact, those that are on the surface that die off after the fall, the root remains all the way through the winter. They regrow in the spring. Yes, I hate dandelions. But it occurs to me that it wasn't always that way. As a child, I loved dandelions. I bet you did too. In fact, I can remember with my little friends, we'd go out in the yard and we'd gather up big armloads of them and we'd bring bouquets of dandelions to our mothers. My friends taught me how to make bracelets or necklaces out of the dead stems of dandelions. And there's nothing better than the simple thrill of finding a big, fat, puffy dandelion as a kid and just blowing it and seeing those seeds carried by the wind, floating all over the yard. That's the sort of thing that makes adults cuss today. But you know something? It seems to me that there is a bit of a moral equivalent to the evolution of my relationship with dandelions. See, when we're young, we live in the now. We're looking for things that are going to be fun, bring us pleasure right now. And we don't really think about what the ramifications of those things are. And what ends up happening is we sow seeds that eventually cause a lot of damage. And in the long run, the actions that we take, the bad decisions that we make in our youth in the interest of pleasure can have a longer lasting effect on our behavior, on our thinking, on our relationships, sometimes even our bodies. God wants us to guard our future. He desires for us to make good decisions and to invest wisely early on in life. Paul writes in 2 Timothy 2:22, he says, "Flee youthful lusts, pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace, along with those who call on the Lord from a pure heart." This verse speaks to God's desire for us to invest in eternal things, not temporary, fleeting desires. He wants us to invest in that which matters, things that matter to Him, faith, love, hope, His will. And He knows that if we will do that, we will avoid some of these weeds that will pepper our lives, that we're going to have to go in and spend an inordinate amount of time doing some of that spiritual yard work to take care of problems that have had a chaotic impact on us and those around us. That said, God doesn't want any of us who have made bad decisions to feel like we're beyond hope. He doesn't want us to feel like because of some of the mistakes that we've made, that there's no way that we can ever have a productive life. There are many, many testimonies of people that God has worked healing and restoration in their lives. As much as Israel disappointed God, He told them in Joel chapter 2 that He would restore the years the locusts have eaten. He can do that for you too, but we must remember that He wants us to invest wisely early on, wherever you are, with the time that you have. Pursue what matters most to God.